Okay, let's see here. I did want a few tweaks to the deck for this next recording. I did decide to take out the Faithful Mending to throw in an extra Deadly Dispute and then one more Siphon Insight, since this card's actually a lot more better than I thought it was. So, this hand, though, pretty good hand, actually. If needed, we can actually play it on the Faithful Absence to get Faithful Absence online. We can also set it up to set the Siphon Insight. And then if we get into a third land, we can play the Demon's Disciple. Pretty good hand, actually. We'll keep this. Now, the interesting choice here is, do we play this on the Clearwater or Murkwater pathway side? Because no matter what, we are going to be setting up for this. You could make an argument for Murkwater, so we could set up for the...
Hello there.
Well, that changes our opinion. So we're actually going to play the Shipwreck March here. That's actually very perfect here, because then we can just play the Hingegate pathway and set up the Faithful Absence. So, looks like our opponent's playing an Orzhov control list. We're going to say hello to our opponent using Jisa, so... Hello. Ba-doo! Anyway, here we're going to play this on probably the Murkwater pathway portion. We're going to pass the turn to our opponent. Our opponent doesn't play anything, so we're going to do a Siphon Insight. We would definitely take the Loaf here. Loaf is just a good card in general. And honestly, we'll play the Suspicious Stowaway. Our opponent probably has removal that they have in hand that they're going to remove the Suspicious Stowaway with. If we can have it stay alive for... Okay, yeah, our opponent's just going to flunk it. Okay. Okay, our opponent's going into the scrying Shenanigans. Fair enough. Here, we don't have a land, so I think I'm going to see if we can get one from our opponent. No, but these are both tempting choices, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, let's get greedy. Okay, here... I think we just play the Shambling Gas. See if our opponent gets a land, because it looks like they're going to go into the mainland plan, essentially. That looks like the game plan. Okay, so let our opponent make it into a land. We're going to boop it. You can get yourself a fine treasure. Well, not treasure. You get yourself a clue, my opponent. Wow, we are not drawing into any lands. That might be a problem. I think here, I'm just going to play the Demon Disciple for not much value, with the exception of being able to generate a treasure. So once we get a land, we can play any of these or any of our cards in our hand, so... Okay, our opponent plays a Skullport Merchant. They're probably going to activate it. Seems like they're in the, I'm kind of surprised our opponent didn't sacrifice a clue here. It could be kind of like a muscle memory thing. But yeah, tip for everybody with Deadly Dispute. If your opponent's playing Faithful Absence, you can sacrifice the clue token. So, a little hint of the day there. We did draw into a land, but not the land we needed at the moment. Yeah, we'll play a Demon Disciple here. Because, see, if they Deadly Disputed the... Yeah, good. Oh, okay, yeah, they decided to sacrifice their... Okay. I figured they were just going to sacrifice a clue token. You still didn't keep your creature on the battlefield. Okay, our opponent Banshees first. That makes sense. They play a Professor, so they do have enough mana for a Mascot Exhibition, which is probably what they're going to do. That does gives us into a tempting Meat Hook Master, I'm not going to lie here, especially if we draw into a land.
Do it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Lisa here. Mostly because then that sets us into a very nice Meat Hook Massacre turn. Unless our opponent realizes that and they're just going to do the board wipe first, which could be a possibility. Yeah, they decide to go board wipe before that. A little annoying, but that is not bad for us, because that allows us to wait to get a few more mana for our Meat Hook turn, so... Hey, little Vic! We're gonna play you without a sweat. And our opponent tries to remove it, we will sacrifice the Deadly Dispute just to generate the mana we need. Because we are going to need the mana to get a big Meat Hook Massacre turn when our opponent mascots Exhibition. Okay, they're going to go that approach. We're going to generate some treasure and some mana. Our opponent's going to do the same. Well, I think now we're going to play our opponent's Lope. And we're just going to make some spider tokens.
You reek with terror. Do what I demand.
We're going to hold on to the blood cheats first. Our opponent decides Vanishing versus their own Loaf, which is kind of funny. But do they cast a Mascot Exhibition is the question. They're thinking about it. No, they go with the Blood on the Snow routine to bring back another Skullport Merchant. Okay. Honestly, I should probably put Skullport Merchant into the deck design if I'm being legit honest with y'all, now coming to think of it. Well, I guess then here we're going to play Kaya. And we're going to say exile that. Here then, they're probably just going to play their, or activate their Faceless Haven. To just deal with the Kaya here. Or they might play Mascot Exhibition. It could be anything. There we go, Mascot Exhibition online. That allows us to say ba-do, da-do, da-da-dee-da-da-doo. And we're going to gain a little bit of life from that. Blend around into the pepperoni.
Pizza time.
Okay, our opponent decides to use Vanishing Verse on that. Makes sense. We still get a little bit of life gain. We build up Kaya here. Like I stated before, I think our opponent's going to Faceless Haven into it, inevitably. So, we're just setting up for that. There we go. There's Faceless Haven. And attack into the Kaya, I'm guessing? Yep. Makes sense, so they can set up a Blood on the Snow to return that back. Makes perfect sense.
Well, this job was a bust.
Would be very nifty if we draw into one of our unconditional instant speed removals to help us deal with the Faceless Haven. Here, I think we're just going to play this on the Blightclimb pathway. We could play Enduring Angel here, but I do think it's better to play that Desert of Doom. Next turn, maybe transform the Hive into a manland to exile the Kaya from their graveyard. Never mind, they have one in hand. But this is perfect, because they might attempt to exile here. That's going to make them have to spend all the mana this turn. That we don't mind that much, and that's actually a nice top deck there. Okay, first things first. We're going to destroy this Faceless Haven, because that can become a problem later down the game. We're going to go get another White Mana Source here. Then we're going to now activate the man land here. Swing into Kaya. Exile the Kaya from their graveyard.
Well, I guess I got in over
And pass the turn. And I think really our play now is just essentially play the... pretty much activate the ban land consistently, or at least as consistently as it can, and just get both threats out of their graveyard and such. Or at least do this as much as we can, essentially, before our opponent removes it with something. We're going to remove the second Kaya out of their graveyard. Pass turn to our opponent. I'm going to try to draw into some cards. This has been a very good game so far. There's their loaf.
I'm hungry. And my will cannot be denied.
And there's Lisa. Well, hello, Lisa. Bye, Lisa.
My power is... Aren't I generous?
Okay, they want to get their Lisa back, which makes sense. Before we get hated out to the graveyard, that makes sense.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Well, I think here we play this. And we play that.
My children will take care of you.
A few moments later.
Wow, this game's been very grindy, I'm not gonna lie. Very awesome, but grindy.
My will cannot be denied.
We really need to draw into a removal spell, because then we can remove either Lisa or any of these. That's not bad, but that's more of a good early game spell. Not really great late game, if I'm being honest. But the shield part is pretty nice.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Now we're going to attack in. And the best part is, our opponent can block with the Eye Twitch and Lisa, but it is going to prevent these creatures from dying, which is very, very nice. Okay. Our opponent's considering the trade here. They decide not to go with the trade.
Aren't I the generous one?
They do get their Eye Twitch back into their hand, though, which is a little annoying. They decide to go with a Introduction to Annihilation. Interesting. I'm guessing on the Immer? Nope. Okay, you gotta first spend 1 mana, opponent. You spend the mana. They do. That will die. You get exiled due to Lisa's ability.
Go on, run! But we will catch you.
Do they play their Introduction to Annihilation next? They're thinking about it. They decide to do that. We resolve. Do they spend the 1 mana? We do draw a card from this, which is nice. Let's see what we draw. Land, not great, but not bad in general. Then I guess they play their Eye Twitch. Makes sense. They decide to swing in. Get some life back. Makes sense. We're going to pass turn. I think here we're just going to make this into a creature. Swing in for free on Lolith. Exiling one of the Skullport merchants.
Oh, you'll fall into my web again.
And yeah, maybe play the other Enduring Angel. They exile our own Lisa. Makes sense. And yeah, I think I will initiate the trade here. Because as long as Lisa's on the battlefield, it's a bit of a pain in our side. Well, there's Ludovic. Actually, yeah, we're going to transform this. And make sure that Lisa can't be reanimated with a Blood in the Snow. I'd rather that not happen. They can initiate the trade here. We don't really mind that much as long as they don't remove the Ludovic. And hey, our opponent didn't realize the shield. I even forgot about the shield. That's actually funny. Oh my, this might be a one-game episode from how long this match is taking. Okay, they played a Skullport Merchant. Makes sense.
2 very boring minutes later.
They activate their man land. They're going to swing in for us for 3, technically, thanks to our shield, so sure. They're checking to see if they have enough mana to activate Hive Tyrant. Makes sense. The Hive Tyrant is going to be a bit of a pain on our side, because our opponent can remove our creature cards from our graveyard. Especially since they probably see the Ludovic, and they probably want to make sure that they don't... Wait. Okay. Okay, opponent. Okay. Let's see, how many creature cards do we have in our graveyard? We have Ludovic, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's do some creation, shall we? Auto pay. Exile, 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 exile. Wait. 2, 3, 4. Exile, 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 exile. Submit 4.
Lies, do you hear me? Give my creation!
We're gonna make it a copy into Suspicious Stowaway. An 8/8 that can't be blocked. Do you have removal, opponent? Oh boy, they have a Soul Shatter here. Okay, no, they're trying to draw. Okay. We're gonna swing in for 8. We'll discard this. Bring out the Shambling guys. Like I said, if Oleg can't become an angel, it can just become an 8/8 unblockable. Okay, there's the blood on the snow. Actually. Sure, we'll let it happen.
You could have such power, but you are too weak to take it. We will slay our enemies.
I think now that our opponent realizes our Ludovic plan, it's now going to start targeting our creature cards. No, they decided to target the removal. Okay. Interesting. Well, here... Yeah, I think we force our opponent to do the block. Exile another Skullport Merchant from the graveyard. They do the block. Double block, makes sense. I wonder if they're forgetting about the shield. Thank you, shield, for keeping this alive. And giving us some life.
I will get what I want.
So yeah, our game plan pretty much now is Hive Eye Tyrant, Hive Eye Tyrant. There's the mascot exhibition.
It is insufferable. Do what I demand.
Shambling Gasp, okay. Ooh, Siphon Insight. That's a good top deck. Sure, we'll take Soul Shatter. We're gonna do it again. Skullport Merchant is actually what we need. That's perfect. Okay. We're not going to do it this turn. Let's see if they can kill us on our turn. So, all these are reduced by 1. So, technically, our opponent can do about 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll still play 1 Soul Shatter here just to get ourselves a little bit of life, just to be a little bit safe. And I'm going to wait till my next turn to actually play off this game plan. Because we might just have won the game. Or at least be very close to it. I need to remember another creature or token. Okay, so we gotta keep that in mind. So yeah, our opponent's going to get all their creatures out. They're gonna swing in. I think our opponent's very much forgetting about the Protector Shield. Okay, so first things first, we're going to play the Skullport Merchant. Next, we are going to do some sacrificing. So first, we're going to sacrifice a treasure, draw a card. That'll be useful later, but actually, do we want to do it now? Actually, yeah, let's do it now and just sacrifice one of our treasures here. Yes! Okay, I think we might have won. Because here, we play the Suspicious Stowaway. We're going to sacrifice the Suspicious Stowaway. Then one more. And just enough to sacrifice our own Skullport Merchant and win the game. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a good game. Oh, wow. Okay, how long was that match? That match was a 30-minute match. Okay. We kind of showed off what our deck kind of wanted to do with that match alone. We weren't able to transform into the Oscar Angel. I'm going to make sure to get at least a clip of that at the very least, but... oh, that was a game. Wow. So yeah, that's kind of what Oscar can do. Wow. Okay, this is Jordan from a later time, after the gameplay. I did said I wanted to show off how this combo works, so we're going to show it off. We're going to actually make this 2, we are going to confirm it, and then now we're going to exile 2 creatures, specifically the Enduring Angel, because then now we can officially make a copy of the Enduring Angel. Now, you might be surprised, this is a totally different deck. I do also have a mini Reanimator list. That one I'm just going to, as an extra for how long it took for me to actually do this, I'm going to actually provide that deck as well as the link down below, because, yeah, it took a few games to actually get back to having Olag be an angel. But I would feel very remiss, especially with the beginning skit of the deck tech video, if I didn't made that pun. Though I did think in the long gameplay video I did make Lisa into an angel. Still, nevertheless, let's see if it survives in this match at the moment before I conclude the video. Da-dee-ba-ba-da-doo. Our opponents deciding rue what shenanigans they're gonna do, because Olag's now an angel. Nevertheless, this is going to probably take a while, so I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans. This is how we make Olag into an angel. See you next time in the next episode of The Bruin Lab.